That should be perfect for now. Might need to move it up later, that's fine enough for now. Maybe move it over here near another set, that should be cool. Hey guys, Nizgika here. It is October 7th, 2019. Whoops, wow. It means it's the next episode of the month of macabre. The spooky month again, here we go. So episode 7, it's my favorite foreign film. I actually had discovered and thought of 3 different films with this one. I thought about doing Pulse. I thought about doing The Ring. But honestly, the reason why I really like this next movie I'm talking about now, what you can see in the description title thingy, is because it's The Martyrs, 2009. So this movie is actually a suggestion given to me by Nana Bird. A friend, my best friend and friend of the show, Nana Bird. She kind of was the one to tell me a lot about this movie and thought it would be interesting for me to kind of go about it and go to my into my repertoire for it. And she was right. She talked to us about this a few years ago, and I honestly really loved that kind of concept of the movie itself, and I'm really glad she suggested it. So this movie is about women being tortured. It's artistically, however. So kind of going to this movie here. This movie is a French horror film, which has been new to me because I don't watch a lot of French films. You know, Allez vous pensez, oui, oui, oui. Well, that shit is. So that being said, this movie's interestingly shot. It's very bloody and gory. Like, I'm gonna show you as much as I can of it, but this shit's dark. Like, it's a good dark though. It's not like Serbian film where it's like dark in a bad way, where it's just like everything is dark and gritty and disgusting. It's kind of like, oh well, it's dark, but there's a message behind it. Speaking of the message behind it, my theory about this film is that it's about the guise of femininity and how much women have to suffer for everyone else to succeed around them, including other women. Other women will use and abuse you to get their way to the top if they need to, like the women on top of the film here, the train here. Things like that can happen, and that does happen in real life. So it's not like hostile gore where it's like, blood, gore, tits, bro, am I right? It's like, it's dark, it's gritty, it's disgusting, and this shit's horrible. Nobody should have to go through this. But when you watch them go through that, there's a weird sense of like, oh man, if they survive, they're gonna survive and be happy. Also, the lesbians. The lesbians in this film. That's one of the reasons. I think that's one of the reasons why Nana originally told me about it, because I was looking for like LGBT representation in horror at the time. I had plans for this channel a little far beyond what I'm doing now with the horror thing, so who knows? But that being said, it was kind of an interesting film to go about on that. Visually, it looks. Speaking of visual things, it looks really. It's filmed so so well that it's, even though it's scary, but it looks kind of nice to look at. But then when it gradually goes over time to dark and gritty, kind of like a Silent Hill, it gets dark and gritty over time, and it feels dark and gritty. This is a good guy. Thanks for hanging out with me today's episode of the Month of Macabre. Come out next tomorrow where we do another film thing, and you enjoy yourself. Happy Halloween if you don't see any other videos, and peace.